This DIY craft has the potential to be used every single day. We're making polymer clay keychains.
Yes.
Jennifer Prince is the founder of Hill City Bride. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So what do you need to get started?
First of all, you need some clay. I just got this. You can get this at Michael's, at Hobby Lobby, AC Moore, wherever. And it's polymer clay in whatever color you want. So I chose white and brown and like a terracotta color.
Kind of a cool combination.
Yeah, it's kind of neutrally. And a cookie cutter, a small one, knife, a paintbrush, or something to poke a hole in the clay, and a key ring.
And you have some glitter too.
Yes, yeah.
So that's fun.
I tossed the glitter in there last minute.
Okay.
But the first thing you want to do is when you open these, the clay, they're in 4 segments. So I took one white segment, and you just kind of like channel your inner preschooler and act like it's Play-Doh, make it in a ball, and then you can just kind of squish it with your hands. And then I used a rolling pin to flatten it out, which is what you have.
So I've got a flat white
little disc,
clay.
yes.
Yeah.
And so I also did that with the brown and with the terracotta. And with the brown, I'm going to actually add a little bit of clay, a little bit of glitter to it, which you can do. So the way that this clay hardens is you bake it in the oven, and glitter is totally fine in there too. So it's very, very low temperature.
Because I was wondering how it gets to be like this.
Right, how it gets hard. And so I'm just going to go like that a little bit with the clay. And then I'm going to give you pieces. This is kind of like foolproof. You can do whatever you would like with it as far as like design. And I like sharp edge lines, so I'm going to give you a little piece of the terracotta clay, so you can just lay that on there however you would like to. And then I'm also going to give you a little bit of the glittery. I may cut it on here.
I'm just going to lay it on just like how you cut it.
Okay.
And some of these shapes are just unique.
Yes, and then you can just lay that on the top however you want. Again, this is pretty foolproof as far as a pattern. And then once you get whatever pattern you would like set, this is what I'm going to do right here. I'm just going to, make a little X.
Cute.
And then you take, I'm scared this is going to stick. I'm going to use this. You take your rolling pin.
And flatten it out.
And flatten it out, yes.
So they don't just cook down in the oven. You have to make sure that it's all
flatten it out.
one
Yes,
surface.
And I'm going to give you that too. That's up to you if you want to put it on top or not. And then all you do is kind of eyeball it with your cookie cutter. And you pick a section. I mean, I always just look down. I'm like, oh, okay, this section looks good. And then you just push your cookie cutter down. And
how cute.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be fun for kids to help out with this too.
Yeah, actually, this is something that kids could do. And then to finish it off, all you do, you could use, a straw might be a little bit big, but you could use a skewer or something and just take and poke a hole in it. And then these bake, look at your instructions, because Sculpey clay is a little bit different than others, but look at your clay. There'll be instructions on there on how to bake the clay. I think it's like 275, 15 minutes for each quarter of an inch, which this should be about 15 minutes. And then you end up with this you can make this as a gift, and it's just so cute. It's great if you already work with clay. This is great for clay scraps too.
And just super practical, where you can, as I said at the beginning, use this every single day if it's attached to your keys.
Exactly.
Just a fun little thing to have.
Yeah. So,
well, thank you so much. For those that want to follow you for this little craft or others, they can go to
hillcitybride.com.
hillcitybride.com.